Hello, beekeepers. It's another cold day, the winter of 25 and 26. That's 2025 and 2026. Somebody said you needed to add that first 20 on there because people wouldn't understand from 19. Well, that's a long time ago, folks. That's 25 years ago, 26 years ago. Well, here we are. I'm in the bee yard, or I'm at the bee yard. I said I quit. I quit. I quit. I had four beehives, big colonies going into winter. And, well, one of them died out, and these three are still alive. The three double deeps right here. I'm not going to see many bees today, although I do see one right there now. Look at that. Even at 30-some degrees, there's a couple of them out there. I went to a bee meeting last night, and there was a talk about regenerative beekeeping. I don't really know what that means, but it sounded interesting. One thing about being a beekeeper, it's hard to quit. Now I've got a whole pallet full of equipment sitting in the freezer. It's costing me $20 a month. And I've turned 81, going on 82, on the very downhill side of 82. Of 81, that is. Look at there. There's 3 bees out there in front there. I don't know how they can possibly be here. Look at that. The hive must be warming up just a little bit. They're coming out. Look at that. These are things that make beekeeping interesting. And I guess maybe there's some truth in beekeepers don't die, they just fade away. Well, I tell you what, I'm not going to be buying any more bees. When these are gone, they're gone. That said, I still have some hive traps out here. I wonder if there's any bees in here. I don't see any coming out. Maybe that's not as warm. How about up there? Nothing there. But they were alive yesterday. Don't know what to tell you. I just know, well, look at there. There's one right there. So, they have to come out and defecate or something. Or maybe they're just curious, like me. What's going on out there? Is it warming up? It might warm up into the low 40s today. I don't know. But I'm having to rethink all this because I've got all this equipment and I'm trying to sell it, but that's not working out very well. Even with all my losses, I've got 400 pounds of honey last year. So that makes it hard to think, well, should I quit? Thankfully, I'm still able to pick up an 80-pound super. And if I'm careful, I can still walk around a stump garden here without having too much of an issue. I do have to watch where I step, how I step, because when you get to be 81 years old, well, it's hazardous, because if you break a leg, you break a hip, you're done. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. I've survived a lot longer than other people have. Most of them that were born my age are gone. So I still have to have something to do, so I don't know whether I'm going to keep going or not. Definitely, if these bees die, if they don't survive this year, I'll be out of it. On the other hand, since I have 3 hives, almost for sure, I'll have 4 before the end of the season, or 5, whether I want them or not, because, well, I've already seen a queen cell that has hatched out. Now, being it's cold out here, I doubt that she'll return from mating flight, but it's March 16th or something like that, which means that swarm season is about to start. I know, April's usually when it is, but I've had swarms as early as March 15. The Charlies must have treed something up there. I don't know what's going on up there. So I have all this equipment, a lot of it. Anybody needs equipment, let me know. I've got drawn comb, I've got bottom boards, I've got all kinds of stuff just sitting around, not doing anything, getting in my way. And I got to get rid of. Look at that. Look at those covers just sitting here. All those bottom boards, even little nuke boxes. And there's a whole porch full of them up there. I probably have 40 medium supers up there ready for honey harvest. Yeah, all drawn comb. Got more of them sitting out here that I'm gonna have to put inside once it warms up because I don't want the bugs getting in them. They've been frozen now, so anything should be dead. They've been robbed out in the summer. So I'm just trying to stay alive with this channel. One of the things I do want to do is actually have a channel that's helpful for folks. So I'm not going away in that sense, unless all my bees do die. Then I might make a rant. I'm done. But yeah. All right, stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button.